Live 3 miles apart on the Lawrence Corridor in Chicago, it's
Semi-regular
Semi-Regular
Sundays.
Sundays. It's our 56th remote show with our special guest, singer, songwriter, comedian, tragedian, Jake Dewar, plus Sully Santos, Katie Zane, and Stephen Curry. And now, as seen on Emily in Paris, Flower Shop Bangers.
Woohoo! How you doing, Stuart?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm just fine, honestly. I don't know. Kind of, living the new normal like everyone else.
Just about. I mean, I hope this doesn't become like the new normal, but this could go on for a while yet.
hmm
I can't believe the Bears are 5-1.
Yeah. That's kind of a nice normal, I
That
guess.
is a very nice normal. I mean, the Steelers destroy the Browns, so at least that's something that we know is normal for sure.
hmm
Uh, Welcome to everyone who's tuning in right now. For those of you who don't know us, we are Flower Shop Bangers, or I should say, Dan and I are Flower Shop Bangers. We are an improv duo based out of Chicago. We have been performing together for about 7.5 years,
Yes.
and we've been doing remote shows for the last 7 months.
Normal, I
That
guess.
is so Dan, before I say a little bit about some of the wonderful acts that we have tonight, if you could maybe say a few words about some of the small businesses in Chicago that we're trying to support, as well as a couple of wonderful fundraisers.
Yes, of course. So if you look below me, you will see a banner, and that is for some businesses as well as some campaigns that we are supporting, trying to get the word out about. First and foremost, there is a GoFundMe organized by the comedian Chris Red. Chris Red is trying to raise money to cover the medical costs of Black Lives Matters protesters, because COVID-19 is still very real, and those protests are still going on, and you can still contract the disease there. So he's trying to cover those costs. Second, there is the bar that Stuart and I usually produce this show at live, before they had to close down, and they can't do really any live shows at the moment, but that is Shakers on Clark. Shakers on Clark is collecting tips for their bar staff. So their bar staff, they cannot work their normal shifts. They can't really make the money that they used to. So if you are at home and maybe having a beer or any type of alcoholic beverage, and you would have paid $5 for it, $6 for it, $50 for it. I don't know how much you pay for alcohol. You can go to their GoFundMe, and you can give money to it. The link to the GoFundMe is in the description. Third, I thought I would give a shout out to a gym that I go to. It's called Body Shack. Body Shack is an independently owned. It's all local. It's Black owned, and they offer really great classes. I have a link in there to go to their website if you want classes, or if you just want to donate to their GoFundMe, you can donate to that as well. I have a link to that in there as well. Last and certainly not least, there is the cafe, First Sip Cafe. First Sip Cafe is just a little coffee and tea shop right in Little Vietnam, or Asia on Argyle, or whatever you want to call it, but really great spot. I have a link in the description to get gift cards there. So these are some locally owned businesses that I picked out that are local to me, and that I would feel bad if they went under. I'm sure there are things that are local to you, so if you don't have necessarily like the tie that I do to these things, you can donate to ones that are local to you, and that maybe I just really think it's important at this time that we support our local businesses. Back to you, Stuart.
All right, thank you so much, Dan. Going back to the Bears, what's really remarkable about the fact that we're 5-1 is that based on how we've been playing, we could easily be 0-6. All of our wins and our one loss so far have all been in a margin of less than 10 points. I think all of them have been within like one possession too. So it's just crazy just how this team is thriving, when really on paper this team looks like it should be 3-3. But again, that's just my 2 cents. I mean, we're not here to talk about football. We're here to see some free comedy. We have a very good show for you this evening. Our special guest is someone that Dan and I have known for a number of years. He originally hails from my hometown of Downers Grove, Illinois. He is a wonderful multi-hyphenate talent. And he just released a new comedy album called We All Miss Hugs. Please welcome to our show, Jake Dewar.
Woo!
Hello.
And of course, after Jake Dewar, we'll have our host of the evening, Flower Shop Bangers.
Woohoo!
Right before Jake, however, we have comedian Soli Santos.
Woo!
Right before Soli, we have our friend Katie Zane.
Woohoo!
Now, leading us off this evening, we have a very special treat for you. Our first act of the evening is a 6-time NBA All-Star, former NBA lottery draft pick, 2-time NBA Most Valuable Player, and 3-time NBA champion with the Golden State Warriors. Wait, sorry. Oh, okay. I'm getting my information mixed up. Our first comedian is originally from Youngstown, Ohio. I'm sorry, Go Penguins. Though he's was in San Diego and is now based in Chicago, or I should say is just in Youngstown, Ohio at the moment. A really phenomenal comedian. Please welcome Stephen Curry.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for having me. So how's everybody doing tonight? Pretty good? Awesome. Dope. All right, yeah, so I guess a little bit about myself. All right, so when people first meet me, I guess they like assume I'm
a really
African.
phenomenal comedian.
You know? Like I'm not. I mean, I am obviously, you know, I am a African American man, but you know, again, I'm American, born and raised here in America. But it's weird. Like every time I meet new people, when I meet white people, Asian people, and sometimes even Africans, they meet me. They say, "Steven, yo, what part of Africa are you from?" I'm like, "Man, Ohio." You know what I mean? Like, I mean, speaking of Ohio, I'm currently back in Ohio. Came home for vacation, and it turns out I was born and raised in Trump country. You know what I mean? Like, who knew that all these white people I grew up with, you know, wanted to call me a nigger to my face? Yeah, like, who knew? This is super crazy. I don't know, but politics aside, myself, I am a United States Marine Corps veteran. I served from 2005 to 2009, which is better known as the don't ask, don't tell era. But the funny thing about it is, like, you didn't have to ask; you can pretty much tell. Like, the military is pretty gay, man. The first incident I realized it was day one. You get to boot camp, you know, and the drill instructor, he wants us to, you know, line up, but he doesn't say line up. What he tells us is to get nut to butt. He tells us to get nut to butt right now. I'm like, nut to butt? Like, I'm not even that close to my dad, and I kissed that man. You know, that's it's pretty gay, sir. You know. The next thing I noticed about how gay military life was so in the Marine Corps, being physically fit is actually a part of your job. So what we do to achieve fitness is we go on these long runs called cadence runs, where basically what we doing is like we be singing songs while we ran 5 miles. The equivalent basically was like we singing while we work, you know? Like, you know who else does that? The Seven Dwarfs, dude. You know, 7 men living in a house with one woman and ain't nobody having sex with her. I don't know. These dudes might be gay. I don't know what I'm saying. But by far, like, how gay I could tell military life was, it was so your recruiter doesn't tell you this, kids, but you see a lot of dick in the military. Yeah, you see a lot of penis, man. I've seen so many penises I could be an unlicensed urologist, you feel me? Like, that many. But like, also too, which was really crazy to me, it was like the first time I had ever seen an uncircumcised penis, you know? So that was like really weird to me because like I didn't know my dick could have a hoodie, you know what I'm saying? Like, just thought that was weird, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, like hoodies is probably like my favorite attire to wear. And I think that, you know, every guy, you know, has a name for his penis or whatever. That's something that we all do. I call mine Little Steve because I'm not that original, you know? But like, if my dick had a hoodie, I could name it like the Unabomber, you know what I'm saying? Cause like I be blowing pussy up, you know what I mean? The joke's so stupid. But you know, if my dick had a hoodie, like I could name her, you know, like Emperor Palpatine from Star Wars, you know? Cause I didn't turn plenty of white women to the dark side, you know? It's so stupid. I don't know. But let's see a little bit about myself. So I don't know. anybody in here smoke weed? Everybody, I guess we're all comedians.
Woo!
I think, yeah. Everybody smokes, but and I don't know. It's fall time, which is probably my favorite time of the year. And the other day, I was walking around back home in Ohio, walk around the park, a little high, or whatever, and all the leaves are changing on the trees. And I thought to myself, I had a high thought, and I was like, you know what? How cool would it be if people could die the same way? Like a tree, like at the end of my life, I just like slowly start fading, from like black to brown to red to yellow to white, and have like a nice white death, like all my friends and family around, my grandkids get their inheritance, you know what I'm saying? 401k is taken care of, white people stuff, right? And I feel like every other color person would do the same, right? But then I was thinking, well, man, what about white people? What would happen to them? So I'm guessing in that scenario, at the end of white people's lives, they just like slowly start fading from white to yellow to red to brown to black, and then get shot by a cop. Oh man, that's so funny. Oh man, I got like some. Let's see. This is my first Zoom comedy show that I've ever done. I mean, it's kind of dope knowing that like I could potentially be sitting on the toilet and telling jokes at the same time. You know what I mean? Like it kind of puts Bill Cosby's whole act in perspective because he didn't stand up once during his sets. I don't know. Let's see what else I want to talk about. So yeah, so like not only do I do like stand-up comedy, I also write screenplays, and I just finished writing my newest screenplay. I think this is going to win some awards this coming award season. So obviously I wrote a slave movie, right? Because those win all the awards in Hollywood, right? So I'm in casting, and the lead role for my movie calls for a white woman between the ages of 20 and 40. So if there are any white women out there watching, hey, how's it going? Who would like to be a part of my slave movie? I have some whips and chains back at my place, and my safe word is Kunta Kinte. I call this joke 50 Shades of Black History. Now, as a black man who's like in the BDSM and like also like dates white women, like I can feel my ancestors turning their trees when I say this shit, man. It's pretty messed up. But I'm pretty sure you never hear another black dude say this, man. I think slavery is some pretty baller shit, man. And honestly, think about it. If you have millions of dollars in America today, what's the only thing you don't own? People, right? So ever since Donald Trump has become president, a lot of people have been talking about like how this country's going backwards, right? Everybody's like, "Oh my God, this country's going backwards," right? So I'm trying to make as much money as I can right now, because if this country goes too far back, then I want to own slaves too, and all the slaves I own are gonna be white women, right? Not for like any weird sexual fetish or anything like that. It's just that 77 cents on the dollar sounds like a great deal, Like I mean, I'm not trying to pay full price for white people. That'd be weird. I like discounts, so I'm a discount shopper. Trying to get 23% off wherever I can. Awesome. I got people listening in the background. This is so funny right now. All right, let's see. Well, so I'm a dad. I got a 15-year-old son. He's a freshman in high school right now. He's going through puberty and stuff. And he talks to me. The other day he comes home. He's like, "Hey, Dad, can I ask you a question?" I'm like, "Hey, man, what's up, bro?" And my son, he says, "Dad, question. Like, what do I do about getting boners in class? This keeps happening, right?" And a little bit about myself. I currently just graduated from beauty school, So I explained to him, I was like, I don't know, man. Like I was still getting boners in class, right? It's like a lot of attractive women in beauty school, right? But like I tell him, I say, you know what, man? Some days before I would leave for class, bro, what I would do is I like watch porn and I masturbate, you should probably do the same, right? But I feel a little weird, telling my 15-year-old son to, watch porn online because it's a lot of weird stuff out there, Like I don't want to just do like masturbating to people coming on feet, right? So, like, I gave him a suggestion. I was like, you know what? Before you leave for class every day, I suggest you watch the R. Kelly sex tape, because there's girls in your age. So, whatever. I know it's pretty dark, but hey, man, like, has anybody like literally ever listened to the lyrics of like the Ignition remix? Bro, it sounds like R. Kelly's trying to explain sex to little kids. It's like, baby, give me that toot toot, and I'm gonna give you that beep beep. Like, bro, that's like Sesame Street safe, like like Elmo could sing that song and it'd be cool. You know what I mean? Like, it's ridiculous. But all right, I guess for the piece de resistance, the last joke, I don't have one, so I'm just gonna end it there, guys. I'm Stephen Curry. That's been my time. Peace. Thanks for having me.
Stephen Curry, everyone.
Woo!
Thank you, Steve. I know you gotta get going, but it was good to see you, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, glad to have you. Once again, get up for Stephen Curry. Also, if you are tuning in right now, just want to say we'll give you a shout out if you like it. One small piece of business before we get to our next act. So, hey Dan, you know where I went to for lunch today?
Where'd you go for lunch, Stuart?
McDonald's.
Really? What'd you order?
The Flower Shop Bangers meal.
What?
Yes. So I'm not sure if some of you may have heard. We made a big announcement during our show last Sunday. I've decided to take advantage of some connections that I had with McDonald's. After they had that J Balvin meal and that Travis Scott meal, and I asked, "Hey, how do you get a meal named after you at McDonald's?" And this guy I know said, "Hey, all you have to do is just ask." I didn't realize it was so simple. So next time you're at McDonald's, go ahead and have the Flower Shop Bangers meal. Basically, how do you order it? You basically go through the drive-thru. You tell the guy at the drive-thru or the person at the drive-thru, "Hey, I would like the Flower Shop Bangers meal," and they will say, "I'm sorry, what?" Or they won't understand what you're saying, and then you can just say, "I'll have a number 2 meal with a Diet Coke." It's as simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in fact, there's even a McDonald's drink behind me.
Woo!
All right, so please make sure to get that Flower Shop Bangers meal, Dan, and I need those pennies on the dollar.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, while we're waiting for those pennies on the dollar, when Dan and I began our campaign to save, let me start over. When Dan and I moved to Shakers on Clark in July 2018, we began a 2-person campaign to save Chicago Barprov. There used to be barprov shows all over the north side of the city, mostly along the Belmont and Clark corridors. Dan and I obviously cut our teeth at the Underground Lounge, but there also used to be shows at AJ Hudson's, Crocodile Lounge, Mullins, you name it, the Horseshoe, a bunch of bars, all north of North Avenue, but south of Granville. And one by one, these shows start getting canceled, or these bars start going out of business, or people just, in general, just moved into a different direction. So Dan and I took it upon ourselves when we moved to Shakers to try to keep barprov alive. As near as we can tell, as of when the pandemic started, there were only 2 barprov shows left. There was us, and then there was a show at the Holiday Club. As an incentive to keep the concept of barprov going, we have set up this improv tip jar. Yes, there is money inside the tip jar. To my understanding, there is roughly about $7.50 inside the tip jar, which means that if I'm doing my math right, everyone will be going home tonight with about $1.75.
Woohoo!
Yes. Yep. Just think, for that amount of money, you can buy 45 seconds of one class at Second City.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are enjoying the show, please chip into the improv tip jar. Our Venmos are at the very top of the screen. My Venmo as well as Dan Venmo's.
Mm-hmm.
You can determine it based on whoever's funnier or whoever's more graceful or charming or or just personal preference.
Mhm.
I will not be offended. Without further ado, our next comedian was first in our show about 5 weeks ago. She is a Chicago native. If memory serves me right, she grew up in Old Irving Park. Is that right?
No.
Avondale? Damn it.
Holdering Park's where I grew up, Stuart.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Ah,
That's okay.
good thing I didn't see Albion
It's the
Park.
north side though, so you got that part right.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, I got all my details mixed up. But nevertheless, a really phenomenal comedian, and it's a pleasure to have her back in our show. Give it up for Soli Santos.
It's great to be back, everybody. I like how everybody I know has been kind of trying to process this whole pandemic situation the best way, the way they know how, or the best way they can, and I'm no exception to that. And I find it interesting how like the way my friends with kids have been handling this. Like, I don't have any kids, so my friends will vent to me about like how their kids have been driving them absolutely crazy during this shelter in place time, especially now with e-learning. And they'll usually say stuff to me like, you know, Soli, these kids have been like driving me crazy, but then they'll stop and then they'll be like, you know what? I don't know why I'm telling you this. You don't have any kids. You don't understand. You don't get it. And to be quite honest, that kind of hurts my feelings, because I feel like I get it. I understand. I mean, I don't feel like I have to have kids in order to understand, you know? I mean, it's tough, you know? I mean, I already knew your kid was an asshole. Now you know your kid's an asshole, you know? Like we're all learning from this experience, you know? Like I've learned about myself that I can't do a quick Google search for anything without turning into a grad student doing a research, like doing research on their dissertation. You know, like the other day, I just wanted to Google what the weather was going to be like here in Chicago. And now I know what cumulus clouds are. And back in 1935, Mrs. O'Leary was scooped up by a tornado, tossed in the next town over, and survived. But I still had no idea what the weather was going to be like that day. You know what I mean? Like, so I just went the old school route and I stuck my head out the window. I feel like that gives me pretty much about the same information, you know? I mean, I guess I could listen to the weatherman, or like, especially Tom Skilling, but I don't have 20 minutes to listen to him speak passionately about isobars. You know what I'm saying? Like, just tell me, is it going to rain today? Do I need a jacket? You know, like just get to the point. You know what I mean? I think, I feel like this is also a really good time for the OCD community to feel really validated for their habits. You know, like I just envision the OCD community speaking amongst themselves and just being like, and they thought we were crazy washing our hands 25 times a day and not touching anybody. Who's crazy now? Excuse me while I go flip this light switch on and off 20 times so my heartbeat doesn't stop. Like, and I'm not a germaphobe, but I do feel like this pandemic has definitely reinforced some things that I felt already prior to this whole situation happening. When it came to germs, you know, like I feel like there are certain things that you should avoid touching in your life, and other things that, depending on the circumstances, let me just say that. But, and other things, you know, might not be so risky. Like, for example, what's the easiest way to avoid touching a man's penis? Don't shake his hand. It's really that simple. I've learned it, you know, and as a comedian under normal conditions, we would be on a stage with a microphone right now, all sharing the microphone. And I feel like that's also a perfect example. What's the easiest way to touch a comedian's penis? It would be touching the microphone. You know, there's like 20 penises already on that microphone in the before times. Like nowadays, people are actually trying to wipe the microphone down, which I appreciate. We should have been doing that for like the last 30, 40 years. You know what I mean? Like, and don't even get me started about how many penises are probably on the mic stand alone, because nobody ever thinks about the mic stand. There's probably like 500 penises on there, you know, like penis residue all over the place. And then the way I feel like compounded on that is that not only would I have this penis-filled microphone, but now I have it close to my mouth. So now, like every time after I would do a show, I'd go home and apologize to my boyfriend because I felt like I was cheating on him. You know what I mean? Like this is what it was like in the before times being a female comedian. You know what I'm saying? Like, so now I think a little bit better about some of the live performances, that they're trying to be a little more hygienic. But I can tell who is willing to use a condom and who isn't, because I've noticed that, like, I went to an open mic and they had a box of latex gloves on the side for anybody who wanted to just slide it over the microphone, and not one motherfucker used that thing. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, I know who is the filthy son of a bitches here. All right. You know, I can tell. And, you know, you just get a new perspective and you learn about people in a whole new way during this whole pandemic. Like, my relationship with my boyfriend has definitely been affected by this because we live together. Excuse me. And the way we communicate with each other has definitely evolved. You know, like, like the other day I went to make a sandwich, and I noticed that all we had left was the butt of the bread. But I don't like the butt of the bread, so I was gonna throw it away. But before I did, I asked him if he wanted the butt of the bread. So I just went up to him and I was like, hey, are you gonna eat this ass? And he was like, yeah, unless you're going to. And I was like, you know, I don't like that. So he made a sandwich, you know, like, this is how we're coping right now. And like, it's getting to the point now that he's starting to use hand sanitizer as currency. Like the other day, he bought a small box of individual packets of hand sanitizer. And he came up to me and he was like, how many packets do I need to give you in order to get some ass tonight? And I was like, I don't know, like 10, 12 packets. And he was like, 10 to 12 packets? That's a lot of hand sanitizer. What could I get for 3? I was like, I don't know. I'll jiggle your balls for like 2 minutes. You get what you pay for. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Let's be reasonable. He's 12 years younger than me. My boyfriend's 12 years younger than me. You know, I'm just going to say I'm a sucia. Okay. And for those of you that don't know what sucia means, that's Spanish for lucky bitch. Okay. So he's 12 years younger than me. And I actually, during the before times, I was a personal trainer. And so I happened to mention to a coworker of mine that he's 12 years younger than me. And she was being silly. And she was like, ooh, cougar. And I personally, I hate that word. I don't understand what the correlation is between a woman dating a younger man and like an animal. Like, I don't get it. So I felt the need to clarify. And I said to her, I said, listen, I'm not a cougar. I'm a pedophile. Okay. So you get that right. All right. So, because technically she doesn't know me, you know, like, why do I have to be too old? Maybe he's too young. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could be wanted in 4 states right now. She doesn't know, you know, and, doing this Zoom now in retrospect, I've probably blown my cover, but that's another whole story. You live and learn. So, the interesting thing too is that I met my boyfriend where I worked, at the gym where I worked at. I met him in the daycare of the gym that I worked at. Okay, guys. His mom went to go take a Zoom class, and I was like, "You're real cute. Get over here so I can teach you how to do a proper push-up." You know. His mom does approve of our relationship because when he's with me, she absolutely loves the free babysitting. You know what I mean? I mean, seriously, he is grown. He is grown. He He would be, I would prove it, but it's past his bedtime and he's, so I can't really say anything. I'm kidding. He is grown. Like he's grown like 4 inches since we started dating. They grow up so fast. You know what I'm saying? It's like really cute. So he's adorable. He is an adult man. But the funny thing about him is that he does have a lot of tattoos, which is cool. I don't have a problem with it. It's nice. It's sexy. I don't have any tattoos and he would love it if I did. Except I feel like, I have enough scars, emotional scars inside. Like, why do I want to put any more markings on my body? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like those are my emotional tattoos. You know what I'm saying? That works for me better. And he has a lovely tattoo on his right chest, right? And so it's really nice because it gives me something to read while I'm sucking on his nipple. You know? So thank you guys so much. My name is Lily Santos.
Lily Santos, everyone. Our special guest, Jake Dewar, is on deck. Just want to mention that if you have missed any part of the show so far, tonight's show will be archived on the Flower Shop Bangers Facebook page right when this show ends, which will probably be sometime after 8 p.m. this evening. Also, we are booking for November. If you are a performer or entertainer performer, and you are comfortable doing Zoom shows, we do this every Sunday and Wednesday at 7 o'clock Central. All right, thank you so much, Dan. Without further ado, our special guest of the evening is a multi-hyphenate talent, is just this phenomenal artistic polymath. He promotes himself as a comedian, tragedian. He is a musician, novelist, bricklayer, certified public accountant, the former U.S. ambassador.
Those three are not accurate, Stuart.
Oh, okay.
Those last three.
All right. Okay. He is not the former U.S. ambassador to Guam. He is just doing all these. He's always doing something very interesting and insightful and phenomenal. And it is always a treat to have him in our show. Please give it up for Jake Dewar.
Oh, such chill music to be introduced to. Thank you, Stuart. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Look at a tropical island. I don't have a car, so I can't go to one. So it's nice to pretend that I'm at one. Hello, everybody. I have a few ditties, some humorous tunes for you tonight. So I'd like to start with a brand new single that I just released this week. It's an interesting one because I collaborated actually with a couple guys who've worked for Disney, which is very exciting. They're not aware that I did this, but if you're familiar with Beauty and the Beast, you might enjoy this number. I consider this song a PSA. So if you enjoy it, please share the music video and spread it around like the pandemic that we never wanted in the first place. Enjoy. Wear a mask, wear a mask. Do I really need to ask? This is not a tricky concept, but for some it's quite the task. In the street, in the park, in the daytime or the dark, your behavior is sadistic. Don't believe me? Read statistics. Yes, we know COVID blows, so cover up your mouth and nose. Otherwise, you might end up inside a casket. It helps prevent transmission. It's not nuclear fission. Wear a mask, wear a mask, wear a mask, you dumbass. not to wear one is bold, most especially if you're older. This whole quarantine is hard enough, so cover up your holes. Do it now, pretty please. If you cough or breathe or sneeze, it's quite simple and effective. Please stop saying it's oppressive. It's a small sacrifice to adhere to this advice. It's enough to make me day drink from a flask. So please desist defiance with the laws of science. Wear a mask, wear a mask, wear a mask, and stop having house parties. Thank you. I'd like to play one of my shortest and dumbest songs ever written from my album Responsibly Stupid. It's called New Bup. Thank you. That song was called New Bup. So I have to acknowledge that there is an election coming up. I know we're here to escape that through comedy and shit. But if you haven't voted, please vote. Also, our two-party system is a bowl of shit that stares at itself in the mirror. So sometimes the best way to get your anger out is to write some aggressive music. And what better band is there to talk about politics than System of a Down? This is a little tribute to them. And it is from an album I wrote called Mindful Insanity, which I wrote when quarantine started. So enjoy. And if I sound out of sync, that's because of Zoom. So technology. Fuck the government! 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 The heads of our own government are seriously full of shit. Their selfish actions make me sick. So all I have to say is this. The government doesn't care about you. 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 It also doesn't care about you. It really doesn't care about you. Fuck the government. 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 Now when I say the government, I don't mean local government. I mean the top of government. Did I mention government? The government doesn't care about you. 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 Definitely doesn't care about you. Super doesn't care about you. Fuck the government! 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 Fuck your empathy! Fuck your empathy! Fuck your empathy! Have some empathy! Have some empathy! Just a little empathy! Please vote responsibly. Thank you so much. I'm going to do one more here for you tonight. So I have a new release to plug here. which is kind of a mega collab I did with 9 other musical comedians, most of which are Chicago-based. Let's see if I can name them all. Matt Haas, Ross Childs, Robbie Ellis, Devin Middleton, Noel Hoffman, Jamie Schreiner, Tage Zachary, Heather Mesa, and a 9th person. Sorry, 9th person. It'll come to me after my set probably, but this album is called We All Miss Hugs. It's available on Bandcamp. We labeled ourselves the Good Ass Group, and half the proceeds of that album go toward the Explorer Group, My Block, My Hood, My City, which is Chicago-based, Black women-owned organization. So money would be going to a good cause as well. And this is a little song, a sillier number of mine, a very chaotic one as well. It's in the style of a band called Mr. Bungle. If you're not familiar, that's a band from the 90s that would cycle in and out of 6 or 7 different genres in the same song. So I thought to myself, what kind of personality would complement this musical style? And that's this song here. It's called Grown Ass Man. Dancing at the club while I'm sick with a virus, making murals on the wall and snorting coke to inspire us. Then I take my bloody nose and rub it up on the wall, and I start shouting, holy fuck, that didn't feel good at all! I'm lactose intolerant and looking for danger, so I ate a bunch of cheese and then throw up on a stranger. Living life luxuriously and spending generous amounts, so now I'm taking money straight out of my savings account. I'm the drunken American dream, singing the Star-Spangled Banner in a key that is a little too high for me. Oh, say, can you see? I'm a grown-ass man and I make my own decisions, pushing myself, jeopardizing my health. I'm a grown-ass man and I make my own decisions. I aim for the sky. Tonight I might die. I've met some people from Craigslist and we've started a cult. We're gonna murder our new alderman and lead a revolt. So we disguise ourselves as janitors, my weapon's a mop. But now we're living in an SUV cause our plan was a flop. We didn't kill him. I'm not weird and I'm not ashamed. I'll do whatever for internet fame. I can't say I feel remorse even though my wife and I are getting a divorce. I'm a grown-ass man and I make my own decisions, loving my life and pissing off my wife. I'm a grown-ass man and I make my own decisions. I do what I like and it really is quite daunting to my wife. He's a grown-ass man and he makes his own decisions. My life is a blur, I'm totally mature. He's a grown-ass man and he makes his own decisions. My tires are slashed, I have an untreated rash. He's a grown-ass man and he makes his own decisions. Got a full-grown brain, I'm 100% sane. My buddies and I imitate animal cries. I'm an adult. Turtle. That's my time. Thank you so much.
Jake Dewar, everyone. That was absolutely phenomenal, Jake. And please make sure to find We All Miss Hugs on Bandcamp. Mm-hmm. So before we get to our last act, Dan, you want to take a check-in with our Facebook Live audience, see if anyone's looking for a shout-out or has any questions or comments?
Sure. I thought I would give a shout-out to one person I see watching. That is Mitch Kessler, our teammate at One Group Mind. Hi, Mitch. Thank you for watching.
Oh, Mitch, thank you so much. And we just want to take a moment to thank all of our acts tonight. Thank you to Jake, Soli, the Steve Curry, the funny Steve Curry, not the three-pointer Steve Curry. Also, you don't know what happened with Katie Zane, but we hope they're okay. Please make sure to check in or tune in every Sunday and Wednesday night. We have something different every show. When we come back this Wednesday, October 21st, our special guests will be Idiot Tango. That is a husband and wife improv duo featuring one-time Chicago-based improv teachers, Rich and Rebecca Sohn. We're going to have some solo musical improv courtesy of Carl Hauser and the all-female improv stylings of the Warrior Women.
Woohoo!
Yeah, it's an all improv show this coming Wednesday. Without further ado, your final act of the evening are the co-hosts and co-producers of Semi-Regular Sundays, which until 7 months ago were hosting this show at Shakers on Clark in Lakeview. They have been performing together for about 7.5 years and have performed in improv festivals in cities as far-flung as Omaha, Nebraska, St. Louis, Missouri, Green Bay, Wisconsin, Grand Rapids, Michigan, and Baltimore, Maryland. They also performed in the Yippee Fest virtual festival this past August. Please welcome to the stage, Flower Shop Bangers.
Hey, Stuart. I think you forgot to share your sound.
Oh, I forgot to put it. Well,
it's fine. So you didn't hear Carousel Alhambra by by Led Zeppelin. Yeah, no. So anyway, anyway, thank you all for watching. Remember to like and subscribe to the Flower Shop Bangers. Also, you can, I put certain my Venmos right above. If you want to donate anything to the improv tip jar, there is still time to do that. Without further ado, we are the Flower Shop Bangers. We're going to do some improv for you, and we get weird with it.
This is so peaceful.
You know, it can make it more peaceful.
What?
Deep breaths. Yeah, I know. They just feel like a time where, you know, we need to get away from it all.
Mm-hmm.
Sit by a pond. Listen to frogs croak.
Mm-hmm. Become one with nature.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I just sit here and I reflect.
Oh yeah.
I think about how that if this planet is one big marble, that we're barely even the size of a breadcrumb.
Yeah, you know, sometimes I think that I don't know, like, what if I were out here enjoying the peaceful serenity and then Bigfoot appeared? Yeah, I know.
I would never want to provoke Bigfoot.
I wouldn't either, but
if I ever saw Bigfoot, I would just let them be.
But I don't know. Sometimes I feel like, you know, things just come your way. And
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, the last thing you want to do is provoke Bigfoot.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, yes.
If they're looking for food, if they're just taking a walk, they're just, you know, trying to survive, I would leave Bigfoot alone. I wouldn't even assume their gender. It just a lot of assumptions made about Bigprov, you know, Bigfoot. Bigfoot.
No, I gotcha. There are a lot of assumptions made about Bigfoot. I think that, you know, we can't really assume who, what, or where Bigfoot is, but if I'm going to be honest, I feel like I know so many people that would try to provoke Bigfoot.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I'm at peace with that.
I gotcha.
You know, it's I can see where, you know, some people may try to find fame and fortune by trying to capture Bigfoot.
Yeah.
But that's not what I'm interested in.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And to think that we are the hosts and producers of Bigfoot Hunters on Learning Channel.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And truth be told, I started that show because mostly just because I was fascinated.
Yes, absolutely.
And I feel like I just want to see the guy, you know?
Oh, we'll see the person.
See the person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, why'd you get on board with this show? I feel like we've never actually discussed that.
I was looking for an adventure.
I gotcha.
Yeah. I just, I was just kind of biding my time, and I thought, just something feels empty. It's like,
Mhm.
it's not like I've excuse me, that's the ragweed.
Oh, yeah, no, it's fine. Perfectly fine.
Indeed. It just, I was kind of in a rut.
Hmm.
It's like, it's not easy being associate producer on The Bachelorette.
Gotcha. Yeah,
I
no.
figured, maybe it's time to try something different.
Oh,
It's like, instead of dealing with a bunch of people screaming at each other and a rose ceremony that you can't miss,
hmm.
maybe try and find something that's far more elusive than true love.
Mm. Bigfoot.
Bigfoot. I mean, it could have been the Chupacabra.
Yeah.
It could have been the Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah.
It could have been the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Mm.
Yeah. But, just something about Bigfoot. And,
Sure, sure.
we could just cross the country looking for Bigfoot.
Yeah, no. And I do appreciate you coming on this project. I never would have, you know, never would have gotten it off the ground without your connections,
Oh, of course.
you know?
Of course. I mean, I made sure not to burn bridges over at the Bachelorette.
I gotcha,
Yeah.
And you know
Yeah.
how they are at ABC.
Yeah. Chris
Yeah.
Harrison was so helpful.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
He was helpful. I mean, granted, he gave us, Thursdays at 10:30 p.m. New episodes air.
Yep. 9:30 Central.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously. I mean, they could have given that to, reruns of Everybody Loves Raymond, but they gave
Right.
it to us.
It's up to the network affiliates,
Hmm.
God, I can hear the birds chirping.
I know. And it's days like this where I'm just like, oh, yeah, this is why I'm searching for Bigfoot. Because he
Yeah.
exists in nature
And our hearts.
and our hearts
Mhm.
and in nature.
Yeah. Remember that one time where I thought I found Bigfoot tracks, and then I realized that you were just walking around barefoot in the woods?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's right. I
Yeah.
decided to try to walk around barefoot that day. We all go through our barefoot phase, I feel like. I was kind of going
Yeah,
through
exactly.
that. I don't know.
It's like, I mean, I get it. We're executive producers of a basic cable reality
Mhm.
show.
And I mean, yeah, and I forgot hiking boots that day,
Yep. Yeah, I mean, you just have to stay humble, It's you can't let go of like who you truly are.
No, you really can't, Whoever you are is going to come through on this show. That's just
Exactly.
the way it goes.
Hmm.
And sometimes just when the cameras are off, the fire's blazing,
Hmm.
your tent's already set up, and quite frankly, Bigfoot is probably nowhere to be seen.
Yeah. Don't forget the cameras and the audio crew
Yeah.
and the production interns
Hmm.
and the guys in the van that's about 500
Yeah.
yards from where we're sitting right now.
Oh, they're all here,
Oh, yeah.
and they're all enjoying nature with us.
Exactly. This is the most mellow reality show I've ever been on.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, it might pick up, but the cameras are off. We can relax.
Hmm.
But truth be told, I mean, what if one of the interns or someone decided to just film right now?
That's a good question.
I don't know, because this does kind of not match the normal, rather serious tone of what we usually do.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Or the, as intense or perhaps as assertive as you would think a show like Bigfoot Hunters would be.
Yeah, it's like they don't really. I don't know. We did not pitch the show guided meditation while searching for Bigfoot.
That's true.
Yeah.
Very true. I mean, this is we kind of took a Zen approach to this.
I know. Oy, oy, oy.
I feel like right now I am one with the dirt, with the grass.
Mhm.
I just found this pebble. I was gonna throw it to the pond. I hope you don't mind.
Oh, throw it into the pond. Go ahead.
You want to make a wish first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Throw it in.
I hope your wish comes true.
I mean, I hope it does too.
Yeah.
Wait. What's that?
Did I take the wish?
What's that large thing in the distance?
Hold on.
Large, hairy.
Oh, okay. That might be Bigfoot.
That might be Bigfoot.
Huh.
Should we get the crew ready?
Let's get the crew ready.
We should get the crew ready.
Okay, this is code red.
Code red, guys. Code red.
All right.
Seriously, code red.
All right. We gotta get everything together. We found a tall, hairy guy that's on the other side of the pond.
Yeah, I know. We're not sure. This could be John Goodman, but it could also be Bigfoot.
I mean, it could be Birdman from the Miami Heat, but who knows?
Yeah. I know.
Yeah. All right. Very good.
We're good. I still feel so serene, even though I'm seeing either that or. Do you think we're hallucinating?
I don't know. I don't know what's in this kombucha.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's
That kombucha has really,
Yeah.
taken me for a spin.
Mm-hmm. I mean, basically, all of your life goal is basically building up to this.
I know.
Could very well be about 250, 300 feet from Bigfoot.
And want to know a secret?
Sure, Ralph.
One is my wish was to see Bigfoot.
Okay.
That was my wish. And two, I am right now doubting that I'm seeing Bigfoot because I think somehow we got high and we're hallucinating. I don't mean to put a idea or something or to discredit the power of nature, but I also think you saying you feel one with the dirt, there's like a lucid moment that I feel like I'm having right now, where I'm just kind of saying that maybe, just maybe, we're high.
Maybe. I mean, this is Kratom brand kombucha.
Yeah, I know. It is some pretty great kombucha.
Wait, is Kratom the brand?
I don't
or is
know.
It what they put in the kombucha?
I don't know, Tom. I really don't know.
Oh, I bought it at that fruit stand as we were driving to the woods here.
Oh, okay. That's a nice stand. I do like that stand.
Yeah. I just hope it's not having an effect on us.
I hope it's not either.
I mean,
but I can never be too sure.
You could take the rowboat and you can swim over, or not swim, but you could row over to the other side of the pond and check to see if that is Bigfoot.
That's probably a smart idea.
Hey, the whole crew is here.
The whole crew is here.
Hey, guys.
And they're filming us.
Yeah.
We should hop in that rowboat.
We should hop in the rowboat. I'm still at peace.
I'm so at peace.
Good thing the rest of the crew is in another boat.
I know, seriously. They're following us. I mean, they can't be in the same boat. That's not a good camera angle.
No, I mean, maybe you should have worn GoPros or something.
Oh, that could have worked, but honestly, I think it's probably better if they see us doing this. Have you ever thought about the fact that rowing is an exercise?
Yeah, and people used to row all the time.
Well, I mean, they have rowing machines, and just doing this motion is kind of tiring.
Oh, well, we're not even near the edge of the pond yet.
I know, it's a little bit far.
Yeah. Maybe it's the kratom and the kombucha.
Maybe. Or maybe it's just the fact that my arms are already kind of tired.
I don't know. Maybe it's a natural muscle relaxer. I don't know.
I don't know either. Wow.
Boy, this is going to be an exciting episode of Bigfoot Hunters.
I know. It'll be so exciting.
Followed by a brand new episode of I Had Sex with an Alien.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My God, NBC is taking on some experimental programming these days.
They really are.
So, did you pitch?
What you have to do during COVID.
Huh?
Well, it's what you have to do during COVID.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah.
Down.
Truth be told, I mean, we're the only two people who exist on every episode of Bigfoot Hunters. So,
very true.
I mean, the whole social distancing thing. And then we have, one cameraman, we have a boom mic guy, and that's just about it. That's the crew, really.
Pretty much. I mean, there's just like maybe at most like 7 or 8 people here at a time.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
A little bit longer to go.
Oh, I was wondering why we stopped in the middle of the pond.
Yeah, I don't know. I just felt like I needed a break. Like I said, this is kind of hard work.
Okay, there we are. All right.
There we are.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, ooh, my goodness. Wow, my shoulders
Seriously.
are sore. Wow.
Oof.
Ooh, goodness.
Mm-hmm. Well, here we are.
Yeah, look at these trees. These
I
are some
know.
gorgeous trees.
And look at Bigfoot.
There he is.
There he is.
Hello.
He's big and he's hairy and he's large
so
and
tall, and he's walking right up to us.
I know.
Hello, Bigfoot.
Hi, Bigfoot. That's our show.
Thank you so much. Thank you to Jake Dewar, to Soli Santos, to Steve Curry. We'll be back this Wednesday at 7 Central for our all improv semi-regular Wednesday show. In the meantime, please wash your hands. Please stay 6 feet away from people when you absolutely have to. Please vote Biden. Believe women.